Hello and welcome. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. It is Tuesday, the 25th of May, 2021. It is 9 p.m. in the morning, and as stated previously, several of you have asked me to tell you what's going on in my D&D table rather than bag on 5e. Unfortunately, I haven't played D&D or run D&D in a year, so there's nothing going on my table. Support me, Diet Coke. I need a sponsor, and I will sell out. Rather, the best I can do is dig up stories from previous D&D games that or other games that I've run and hope that I remember them correctly because, I'm old and I'm starting to lose my memory. Anyways, as I have repeatedly said, probably my single most successful RPG campaign ever was my Black Sails over Freeport campaign that I ran at Cess Games Anime for about 5 years. If you're not familiar with the Freeport setting, it's a setting from Green Ronin. It started with 3 modules and sort of expanded. Freeport is a pirate city of adventure. Think the best way to describe it is Pirates of the Caribbean meets H.P. Lovecraft. Um, it's a very interesting setting that I really loved for a while. Who doesn't love pirates? Whatever. So, anyways, today we're going to regale you with the story of how Palor changed his portfolio. So, if you're not familiar with Palor in the Forgotten Realms, he is a sun god, I think. I actually don't remember. Hold on. Let's see what the thing says. Uh, he is Palor, according to the wiki. Palor is also known as Sol by the early Assyrians. He is also known as Lathander. I guess he is the sun god, life-giving sun, kind of thing. All right. So basically, sun god, raw, healing, sunlight, truth. So we had a character in my game who was a cleric of Palor. He showed his devotion by casting continual light on his shoes so he could always walk in Palor's footsteps. Slightly clever, slightly annoying, basically because, he was the first target every monster could see in the dark. But during one scenario where he was running and it was getting late in the night and he was like, it was a chase, and he decided to cast a prayer, and for some reason he forgot what Palor was the god of. So as he's running, he says, "Oh Palor, god of stuff, please grant me the strength." So Palor, god of stuff. A week later, we had a individual who was running a rogue type character, breaks off from the party and decides to go wandering around the docks to, I don't remember, but probably because it was to look for trouble or look for treasure. But anyways, one of the recurring themes in the Freeport campaign was characters would often go wandering off. It was rarely that they were ever together. So I constantly had to switch scenes and stuff like that. I mean, it worked generally because everybody was happy to, take a couple minutes to let somebody else have, and sometimes I would let them run NPCs if it didn't look like they were going to be screening on while. So anyways, this guy goes running off, and he does something where he is now finding himself in trouble. And he's like, "Well, I'm going to pray to a god to see if I get some help." And we're all like, "Oh, okay. I mean, that can't stop you. You're not a cleric, but you never know. I mean, this is Freeport. Weird shit happens." So I said, "Okay, well, what do you say?" And he was like, "Oh, Palor, god of stuff." So that was the second time Palor is referred to as the god of stuff. And somehow this sunk into the collective unconscious of everybody at the table, whether it's because they thought it was funny or whether it's just because everybody was confused because there's like 87 different sun gods. Is Palor and Lathander the same guy, So it stuck as a meme. Every time somebody was praying, it would be, "O Palor, god of stuff. O Palor, god of stuff. O Palor, god of stuff." So eventually, since there were other sun gods, it was sort of also decided Palor was now no longer the god of the sun. He was, in fact, the god of stuff. Basically, thrift stores, lost items. His temples became more like 99-cent stores. Um, you know, Somehow the meme just grew, and by the time the campaign ended, Palor was officially listed as the god of stuff, the god of junk, the god of finding lost items, because I still wanted, the light in there kind of thing. I didn't want him to be like the hoarding god or the greed god. It was more like just like, abundance. I have a lot of stuff and I want to share it. I find lost things and I store them until you come and return them. And here's something maybe you didn't know you needed, but you might need it in the future. So his temples sort of became like a 99-cent store / Goodwill. And the priests would always, did like the joke where they always knew what you were looking for, even if you didn't know what you were looking for when you came in, and they would like hand you a cat-shaped salt shaker, and people would be like, "That's not what I came in for," and the priest would be like, "Oh yeah, it is," and then like 2 games later, the guy would realize, "Oh, I could use the salt to kill the giant worm," or something like that. So the meme worked. And what started as a joke and started as just somebody not remembering what the god was became an actual thing, and we ran with it. And I ran with it because, I liked the idea of, well, there's already like 5 other sun gods, but there's no real god of thrift. There's no real god of lost things. There's no real god of, the idea of, well, maybe you need this, you just don't know you need this, so that's what Palor became. So this is the story from the Freeport Chronicles that we ran at Cess Games of Anime, how Palor went from being the god of the sun to, "Oh Palor, god of stuff." If you appreciate this content and want to see more, let me know. If you don't appreciate this content and think I should shut up, also let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 500 subs by August 4th. I'm your grumpy guide to all things gaming, your tour guide in the realms of Freeport and revisiting games that I ran in the past. I will talk to you later. Get out of my thrift store. Oh, Palor, god of stuff.